hearing this song on your phone, in your car, or in aisle 7 of the grocery store, you're not really hearing it. You're not really hearing the hypnotic disco synth as clearly as you could. You're not really feeling the bass line in your chest. And you're certainly not hearing a century of sound innovation. The only way to hear this song the way the artist intended is to hear it on a Denon home speaker. A speaker built with as much craft, dedication, and precision as the music it plays. Which means you won't just hear the song, you'll feel it. Denon home wireless speakers, crafted by the sound obsessed, for the sound obsessed.
Mary redeemed a $50,000 cash prize playing Chumba Casino online.
I was only playing for fun, so winning was a dream come true.
Chumba Casino is America's favorite free online social casino. You too could have the chance to win life-changing cash prizes. Absolutely anybody could be like Mary. Be like Mary. Log on to ChumbaCasino.com and play for free now. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details. The voice in the preceding commercial was not the actual voice of the winner.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Music Game with your host, Lyndachica, where we discuss all things music. So whether it's dance music to dance hall to soca to rap music, we got all genres covered. So welcome to my podcast, and it's time for some fun, yo.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Today's episode of The Music Game is presented by Podgo, providing podcasters with a flat rate for each ad placed, so you always know how much you're going to get when you include an ad from Podgo. Apply today and become a member, and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co. Thank you, Podgo, for your sponsorship of The Music Game with your host, Lyndachica.
Connection. Turn up the lights, let's shine a night. Let's live some life. We gon' be alright. It's gon' be okay. I see the day. It ain't far away. We gon' take it to the top of this. A bodyguard can't stop the hits. It's a wonder all breed I did. 750 on the wheels I whip. Burning rubber when I pull off strip. You a nickel, I'm a ball of dime. I don't strip when I gotta grind. I'm a mommy with a dime in mind. Pair of trans on a dotted line. Double R's on the autobahn. Butter soft on some classy shit. I'm a diva, you a nasty bitch. No sleep, got cash to get. The hust's gonna get a strap to this. Real one's gonna clap to this. Long Beach to Jersey Shore. I got them bounce till they shake the floor. On the road to a sellout tour. Got lots and I'm trying to get more. Let's go. Turn up the lights, let's shine a night. Let's live some life. We gon' be alright. It's gon' be okay. I see the day. It ain't far away. Turn up the lights, let's shine a night. Let's live some life. We gon' be alright. It's gon' be okay. I see the day. It ain't far away.
Wide body down on Biscayne. 600 was a boss thing. 10 to 30 was the flip game. 360 was the risk game. I kill a cat, they call me Pootie Tang. I pitch the work like a boomerang. Hold up, let me do my thing. My nuts hang like a orangutan. My birthday, I'm banging 2 chains. Funeral up ain't the same thing. The type of nigga that'll never change. Wild boys never land. My man like 100 grand. All white like the handyman. Tripping like I took 100 Zans. 20 Jones on the Badland. Pound loud on the bad man. I'm packaging to Afghanistan. I kill a track, they call me Son of Sam. She picking me cause I'm a better man. I get the change, you should get your dame. Palm trees down the middle rain. The brink truck was the cheddar vein. Q's and P's like the letter man. The Billy truck coming blowing tan. I grip the mic and then I do the damn. I shot it out inside the scooter van. I had the caddy wanted to do the lamb. Don't never question what we do for fam. No. Yeah, turn up the lights.
Turn up the lights, let's shine a night. Let's live some life. We gon' be alright. It's gon' be okay. I see the day. It ain't far away. Turn up the lights, let's shine a night. Let's live some life. We gon' be alright. It's gon' be okay. I see the day. It ain't far away.
up, y'all? It's your girl Lyndachica coming at you live and direct from the 6. On today's show, I thought I'd switch things up a bit, and we'll be featuring one of our DJs from Diva Hustle Radio out of Philly, y'all. I am pleased to welcome Pamela Pendleton to the music game, everyone. Welcome, Pamela.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Now, welcome. And first off, I'd like to say thank you for being a guest on my show and giving our listeners the opportunity to learn more about you, learn more about Diva Hustle Radio, and all things that you've done so far in your music career. So welcome, and let's do this.
All right, let's get to it.
Yes. Now, tell us, how did you get into the music industry?
It's funny because, back in the day when I was younger, I used to rap, right? And so I remember I would call my aunt, and this one we had tape recorders for the voicemails, the machines.
Oh, wow. You're taking it way back there.
Right.
Yes.
And I would leave messages rapping and things. And, she was like, Pam, don't call me leaving them long ass messages. You using up my tape.
Yep.
And so, just for music, I just always been into music, from high school to college until now. So it's just like, why not just do it yourself? And so that's how I got into the radio industry.
Tell us a bit about your music that you've done so far.
So we did, I did a few songs with a couple people from artists from Philly. One song I did was You See Me, just like my breakout song. Then we did a couple other songs. It was pretty cool. You get to having that knowledge and experience of going to the studio, what it takes, what you have to put in and go to the studio to get a finished product.
Right. Is this something that you'd be interested in continue doing? Or was it sort of, we tried it out, maybe I'm interested in doing other stuff? What's your takeaway from the whole music stuff?
You know what? I like it because it's people always keep, talk shit, right? So it's you get to talk shit to a beat. And, you just get to put your swag on it. So to me, it's a hobby. I don't see myself signing with a major label company. I just see it doing it as a hobby.
For sure. And hey, best stress reliever in the studio, getting out all of that angst that,
Yes.
F you COVID, F you this, my COVID, I want my life back, girl. I totally hear you on that. For sure. All right. And now tell us about your station. So it's Diva Hustle Radio.
Yeah.
And you have a podcast. Please tell us about it.
So we have the podcast called The Diva Hustle Show, which we started about maybe a few years ago. And the platform is really given to as a grassroots movement to give entrepreneurs, artists, rappers, singers, a platform just for them to come on and get for people to get a better insight, a personal insight of them, and they get to, display their art and talent. Okay. And now how long has the show been running? It's funny, we started the show about 2018. We were with another radio station. They closed their doors, so we end up, being under Diva Hustle Radio, and then we just brought the show over Diva Hustle Show. So it's pretty cool. We've been to some events with Vivica Fox, all over. So it's pretty cool. I like it because I get to really interact with artists, entrepreneurs, and people get to tell their story, how they overcame obstacles in their life and what they just kept true to their passion and their goals, and they was able to produce something just magic.
Especially right now with these trying times that we're all dealing with.
Yes.
This is what we want to hear. We want to hear more of these success stories because it spreads so much positivity for all of us.
Yes, it is. And people need to hear it. It's about our mindset, right now, and is telling you that the mental strength is more powerful than physical strength. If you could just get your mental strength together, you can go far.
For sure. Oh, 1000%. You know, you mentioned Vivica Fox.
Yeah.
Any other memorable interviews you've done on the show, and what made them so memorable?
Well, for me, my favorite one was Vivica Fox. Just because, you know, she just was like, you know, don't never stop investing in yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it can be like, you know, some people may just don't have that appeal. You know what I mean? Just do what you have to do, spend the money so you can look the way you feel comfortable looking. If you feel like,
Right.
you know, you lack in, let's say, hair or something like that, you know, eventually just take steps to get to where you're trying to get to make yourself feel comfortable. She was very inspirational. She was powerful. And, you know, I feel like when she did her speech, she talked to a lot of people and was able to especially touch a lot of women.
And I mean, she is very, you know, influential in movies, in shows, and she's always set the bar so high for women that she shows us that, guys, you literally can be whatever you want to be.
Yes, yes.
Don't hold yourself back. And that's one message that, you know, she does promote a lot of women empowerment.
Yeah, yeah, she does.
Now, how did you learn to become a DJ?
To me, it just was like, it's in my blood, you know. I'm, you know, growing up, you go to the parties, you know what songs that should be played, and you know, I like partying, so it just came in my blood. Like, you know, you just keep putting the songs that you know that people want to hear, and you have to just mix it right.
Right.
And you got to be able to, you know, and it's all about making people feel good and making people, you know, want to dance. And I mean, I don't have any complaints.
Now, what is your creative process like when you're putting together your DJ set or your selection set? What is that like?
You know, it depends on what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I take a lot of it in what events transpired in the world during that week, and you know, seeing how people are vibing off of new music that came out. So you try to do a mixture, you know, of old and new, so that, you know, because you still got to go back to the old, just, you know, to where the new is. So we do a mixture, and just like I said, we just see what comes out. We see, you know, what people vibing to, the reactions to, you know, the new projects that may have dropped, and we just go
for sure. Now, do you do any DJing outside of the radio station, like any types of maybe private events or at a club, or it's just at the radio station?
No, I just stick to the radio station. I don't really see myself taking it that far, as far as DJing, because I'm more of a talk person. So I'm more of a podcast talk person. So I'm not really like a DJ. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Now, after, you know, you've been doing this now for a couple of years, what would you say makes a really good host, radio host?
That's a good question. I would say that, you know, you have to be able to relate to the topic, right? So you can't be a host and you've never been an entrepreneur. You have to be open-minded, and you have to be well-versed in the topic that you're going to discuss. I know I get some people on the show, and then some people I just won't interview because I can't relate to them. You know, I can't relate to what they're doing. Like, if you're in computers, I'm not a computer person, so I can't really relate to that interview. So that's the number one thing, and just being true to yourself. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to mess up, and be like, oh yeah, I messed up, and keep it going.
That's it. At the end of the day, how else are you going to learn?
Right.
Except from making mistakes here and there. And then, you know, you make the mistake. Cool. Next time, you'll do it better. Right. That's all.
And have fun with it. Don't be afraid. You know, it don't have to be serious. You can laugh. You can joke. You can cuss. Yeah. Just have fun with it. That's it.
You know what? You hit it right there on the head. So guys out there, sometimes things happen. We all make mistakes. Just have fun with it, man. Exactly. Don't take life so seriously.
Exactly. Just have fun with it. If you can't pronounce a word, shit, you just can't pronounce a word. What the fuck?
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie to you, because sometimes I have artists that I I will see their names and I'm like, okay, I could ask them, how do you pronounce this? But I'm just going to try to wing it and see what happens. And they literally burst out laughing in my face. They were like, well, my name is Leandre. I don't know who was Leandre. I'm like, all right, my friend. And they laugh with it. Like, I laugh with it. So, hey, life is about enjoying, having fun, especially right now. Right. Like we just mentioned earlier, we're dealing with a very fucked up time in history, and you said it really well. Love your answer. Yeah, all right. Thanks. Working in music for, a couple of years now, what would you say are the characteristics of crazy good music? Like, what does it have to have? When you heard, for example, Tupac's Hit 'Em Up, you were like, whoa, damn, did that just happen? Like, I still remember, like, back in high school, that was exactly my reaction. Like, did that just seriously just happen?
Right. Oh,
what would you say, makes groundbreaking music?
You know what I would say to me, because like as I'm getting older, it's more the lyrics, right? You have to have the catchy hook. You have to have a good hook. And now that we're starting to, get more into words, your bars have to be strong. Your punchlines have to be there. Like to me, like Lil' Kim, that's my favorite, one of my favorite female rappers. But if you listen to her her lines, you just be like, yo, I could see that, dressed in all black like the homies, so you be like, oh yeah, that could be me if somebody pissed me off. So you have to be able to just carry, you have to be able to bring the bars, point blank. You have to be saying something. You can't just be mumble rapping, and you have to have a good hook.
The hook is what really draws you into the track, right? What would you say about this mumble rap that is making millions out there?
I feel like everything has a season, right? So you remember we had the West Coast that was going hard for some years, and it flipped to the East Coast. And so I think like right now we're coming on the tail end of the mumble rap, and I think that it's going to change back over to the East Coast rap, or, more hip hop rap, because you have a lot of older hip hop artists that starting to make new music, right? So I think that's going to phase out.
I was shocked, actually, seeing that Nas just dropped another album.
Right.
That's been a hard minute since he's made music.
It has. It really has. But also his album did so good, too. Now, you know what I mean? Yep. He's a rapper over 40, and he dropped the album, and plus during the COVID time. So he done set bars, all over, like, during 2020.
Well, hey, that's very optimistic what you just said, that, East Coast and West Coast going to make a comeback. I feel like right now we've been stuck in the South. Yeah. Ain't knocking the South. I love me some dirty South. We've been there for a while. I feel like we've been there, especially with the way that trap music is going. We've kind of been stuck there for a while. So
yeah, we have.
We'll see how it goes.
But then even too, that you have the trap music where you have hip hop artists like Meek Mills and them. They're starting to rap over trap music. So it's like you start seeing the combination come together. So you like, okay, all right, I could see some more flavor coming out of it.
Yes, that's what's actually switching it up a bit and making the music a little bit more fresh.
Yes.
So, for sure. All right. Now, we all have areas in our career that self-improvement, just like what you said, Vivica Fox had said, self-improvement is where it's at. Let's keep working on ourselves. What would you say is something that you've been working on within your own development, within your own growth, that you've been working on, and why?
For me, it's just, I would say like procrastination will probably be something that I'm working on, especially now during COVID. We don't have anywhere to go, right? So it's like everything is right in your face. Whereas before it was like, all right, I'm on my way, or I'll put it off to the last minute. Where it's like, because you have so many things, you're working from home, you have kids, so you can't really procrastinate like that anymore. So I think that would be my key thing, just making sure I get stuff done so that I can have more free time to do self-care things that I like to do.
For sure, for sure. And on that same topic, what is a challenge that you've encountered before, and that you were able to overcome it? Tell us, how did you go about doing that?
Just like I was saying, when I never, in my mind, growing up, I never was like, you know what, I'm going to have a radio station. It wasn't until
Right.
I was faced with the adversity that the podcast, the station we were with a few years ago, the station closed down. So it was like, okay, we like doing what we're doing. We like talking to people, meeting people, you're being at different events. So it was like doing research to how I can start my own radio station. And that's, that's something that I was able to overcome. And we still growing.
I love the fact that it's so female dominant.
Yes, thank you.
That speaks volumes, especially in this industry that is ridiculously male dominant.
Yes, it is. I mean, look.
Whether it's the artists, like the DJs, most people are males. Sorry, you were saying?
I mean, yeah, like look at it. When Cardi B came out, it was just like, well, poor Nicki Minaj, she had to go to the side. It was like, well, it can't be two good female rappers out. Why do it have to be a fight when you can have 20 men on the Billboard charts going for number one and they friends? Right?
Yeah.
So
not only are they friends, but they're going to be on the next track together.
So yeah.
Yeah, you said it right there, and that's one thing that I just don't understand. Looking into the industry, I don't get it, because the guys will all work together. They will all keep pushing each other and building each other's careers. Yes. But I feel like with the women, like I'm not even going to go way back, Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, all that. I'm not even going to go there. We're just going to talk about present day.
Right.
Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, they couldn't even.
They act like they couldn't even exist, and be out at the same time, and it's bad because, like you said, we make up maybe 5% of people in the industry. Like we need more women producers, more songwriters. Like the door is wide open for women, but we have to stick together like the men are sticking together. They give us this image in the music industry. If you're not sexy with the big butt and the big titties, you're not going to make it. And that's not true. Like all women have different body shapes and types. So, but that don't make them less of a woman in being able to perform their art. No. It's
sad because I don't even know, to be honest, if it's even 5%.
Maybe not.
Because I can't even think of a female producer that I've even worked with.
Wow. That's major. Wow.
I'm going to say it as is. You're the only other female DJ that I know.
Wow.
In Canada, we don't have them.
Oh, wow. I need to come out to Canada then.
It's more of an American thing, I would think. It's more of more popular in the States, but here we don't even have female rappers.
Wow, are you serious?
Dead serious. It's all male. Everything in the music industry, all male, completely male dominant.
Wow, because I know Deborah Cox, she came from Canada. And Tamia, I think she was from Canada, but I think they the only ones that might have came from Canada that made it mainstream.
Yeah. And that was back in the 90s.
Wow, yeah. I don't know what's up with that.
That's the reality. Yeah. That's it. That is our reality.
That's unfortunate. Because I know we have a lot of listeners. A lot of listeners from Canada. But now it makes sense. Okay. It makes sense now that you're telling me that.
Yeah. It's literally, it's all males. Like that's the easiest way, from the producers to the recording studios to the engineers.
All male.
The artists, the rappers, everyone, the beats makers. Wow. It's all males. Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
It is. So, lady, listen up. This is a message for everyone out there that, maybe you've been thinking about this industry. Maybe you're curious. We want to see more of you guys out there.
Yeah, we do.
We really genuinely do. So, all right. Well, on that same topic, what would you say, Pamela, is the most appealing thing about pursuing a music career?
I think I would say no. I would have to say that just being able to go after your goal, you know what I mean, and just see how your start is different from your end, and how you just transfer into this new person. You know what I mean? Because you're not the same as when you first started. I can actually say, like, even me as an artist, when I go into the studio, I'm not making the same music when I first started out, because now I'm comfortable with going into the booth and dealing with engineers, producers. So it don't take me as long either, right? So you just know it, you know, you're just seeing the progress that you make.
All right. How important would you say it is to keep your music and equipment current? Because let's face it, the music industry is not cheap by any means. You're working with very good equipment. You're always going to need to update your music. Music comes out every day from artists around the world. What would you say, you know, how important is it to keep it current?
Oh, it's very important. You know what I mean? Because like you said, music come out every day, once a week, you know, depending on the artist. And just so you can make sure that your audience is getting actually the updated music and to keep them engaged and listening, you got to make sure you stay current, or you're going to be irrelevant.
Absolutely. On that same type of topic, there's all kinds of DJs out there. The good, there's the bad, there's the ugly. Some guys who can't even engage with their audience, and you're like, how is this person even working? Like, am I missing something here? I don't get it, you know? And I'm one of those people, I have no problem even questioning it vocally. Does it help having a big ego, or does it hurt the person in the entertainment industry? And why?
I would say that it hurts a person, because there's sometimes, you know, we're human beings, right? So what we might think is good to us is not good to your audience. So you always have to go and do like a survey, like, you know, what do you think? What do you want to hear? You know what I mean? Because that just keeps your ear, and it helps you grow as a person too, because you're like, okay, all right, that's just for me, and then let me put that aside, but this is what people want to hear. So I think having the, you know, not having the ego is you can't have that in this industry, especially as a DJ, because again, you're not playing the music for you, you're playing it for your audience. So
that's exactly it. Exactly. That's basically what a lot of people don't understand. Some people think that, well, I'm the one playing the music. I want to play what I want to hear.
No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
And then you wonder why you had no listeners.
Listen, yeah, because I can remember when I first started out with the radio station, like I'm playing the music and like, you know, you could see the listeners dropping off. And then I was like, you know, what the heck happened? But it was the music. So I had to go back and talk to some people and be like, what did y'all think? And they was like, oh, you know, that was too old, or you know what I mean? So you have to, because people will not tune in.
Wow. Okay. What do you find? What is it that people want to hear? There's an interesting question, because you just mentioned it. You know, you're playing something that was too old that, you know, listeners didn't want to hear. What is it that people want to hear?
You know what I'm finding out? There's different times where people want to hear certain things. So if it's if it's late night, people want to hear slow, you know, slow music, R&B. Morning time, people want to hear music that's like going to get them ready for their day, you know, positive music, upbeat music. And then in the middle of the day, you can mix it up. So you just have to know the different times and what people want to hear. You don't put like 5 slow songs on in a row and it's at 5 o'clock in the morning or at 6 o'clock, you know what I mean? 7 o'clock in the morning, because that's not going to help anybody get out of bed and get ready for their day. So you just have to know, and then you have to keep it current. You know what I mean? You have to know what artists are trending and, you know, what people really like, what songs they really like, and go from there.
For sure, for sure. Are there resources that's helped you along the way to become more successful at your craft?
Me, I've always been into music and listening to radio
Mm-hmm.
stations. So it was like just over the years, just listening to different radio stations. Like if I was a DJ, I would have did this or I would have played this song, and you know what I mean? So just learning from other DJs really helped me.
For sure. For sure. All right. Now, what social media platforms are crucial for your industry and why?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say Instagram is very important, and YouTube will probably be good, because people are more like they're visual, right? So they don't want to just they want to see
Right.
you, but then they also want to get more of an insight of who you are. So I would say those are the two main social media platforms that are important for DJs and artists.
Okay. I mean, social media, the nice thing about it, majority of it is free. And it's free exposure for yourself. And I mean, it gives you the ability to connect with your listeners as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Now, are you currently working on any projects that you'd want our listeners to know about?
So right now, we're putting together a master's class for how to start, how to become an entrepreneur or turn your passion into a profit. And then we probably want to have, we're probably next year, depending on how COVID goes, we're going to do a Diva Hustle festival in New Jersey. Yeah, so we're going to have some grassroots artists perform, and then we'll have our top performer come through.
Okay, that's awesome. We're missing all the festivals, girl. We are missing festivals.
I know. I wanted to get out to Canada so bad this year.
For which festival?
The Carnival.
Oh, yes. Caravana. Yes. It's funny that you mentioned that because I'm a carnival chaser. Miami Carnival, Orlando Carnival, like we have ours here as well, but you guys in the States, you guys also throw it down, man, through the carnivals. Yeah. So big concerts, big parties, big festivals, just everything. And unfortunately, I don't know. We'll see what happens next year. I got to stay positive at the end of the day, right?
I mean, that's all you can do. And just think, just don't even think about it. Just say, yeah, it's going to happen. You're going to have a festival or things going to turn around. So that's all you can do is think positive.
I love your positivity because I'm sitting here smiling and I'm like, okay, it's gonna happen. As I see the numbers are still climbing here in Toronto. We're still in like serious lockdown. Like we're literally back to stage 1 of the game. So it's we went to 0 to 1,000 real quick.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Summer happened and people started throwing really crazy large parties and not following any protocols. And they said, well, we gave you an inch. Y'all took a mile. So sit your ass home now. No more nothing for nothing, y'all.
Because it's like one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. And here it is. It spoils the whole country.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. But, I have faith that, we're down now, right? The only thing we can do but go up. Like it can't get no worse than this. So
those are big
really,
words.
You can't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what else can happen? We didn't have COVID and people died. Unfortunately, people have lost loved ones, but it has to get better. So that's all I keep, saying. It got to get better.
And see, every time someone says it can only get better, we seem to fall back even further because some bad apple, like. The most recent was restaurants not following protocols. So now we completely lost the ability for any dining service.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Yep. It is because at the end of the day, it's people losing so much money, losing every day because of three bad apples.
And then
out
I know
there.
they were saying that, the suicide rate, and this is unfortunate too, because people don't understand how their actions affect others, right? So they were saying during this time the suicide rate is at its highest. And it's unfortunate, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It is because of everything that's going on and the isolation and all that stuff. But I appreciate your positivity. It cannot get any worse than this. That's it. And that's what. That's it. That's it. You said it as is. It cannot get worse than this. So, all right. And now, where can our listeners connect with you
They can
online?
turn over to our website, www.divahustleradio.com. And you can download our app. We have a Diva Hustle Radio app that's available in the Apple Store and the Google Store for free. So they don't even have to worry about paying for it. It's still free.
Nice. Okay. And
social media, you can check us out on Instagram and Facebook at the Diva Hustle Radio Show. Diva Hustle Radio.
Diva Hustle Radio. Now, Pamela, tell us, what's next for you?
Like I said, next for me is, we want to continue to give entrepreneurs, artists, everyone a platform to discuss their business. And so people can just get an insight and just hopefully we can motivate people just to become entrepreneurs or just to follow their dreams and their goals. So we just want to keep doing the Diva Hustle show and being able to give people that platform.
Again, really love what you're doing because there isn't a lot of that out there. There really isn't. I mean, I feel like it would be sort of an Ellen doing it for some people here and there. But the fact that you're doing this on a continual basis, we need more of this.
I mean, we do, because just think about it. How much people really pay just to have advertisement, right? And sometimes it's not even in people, entrepreneurs or anyone budget just to have interviews and just get that platform just to be able to tell a story. And if you're not like a big superstar, then you're not going to get on the Ellen or Oprah or Wendy Williams show.
Yes.
So I'm like, this is what I'm doing for the people, anybody. Just come tell your story.
Especially in these trying times, what better way to spread positivity out there than what you're doing?
We have to stick together. We in this together, honestly. We're all in this. It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's not a Puerto Rican thing. We're all in this together. So we need to gather and help each other get to the next level.
And it's interesting because I only started doing my radio show because I got laid off from my full-time job. And I never worked in media, never worked in television, music, nothing. You said it earlier, you like to party. I was a party girl. I am a party girl. I like to fet. I like to sport. It's my culture. I'm West Indian, man. Like this is my culture. And when I started doing this show, I started off doing it to help empower our next generation out there, listening, who wants to get into the music industry, learning from you guys. You guys have been doing this for so long, sharing your story, letting others know, your struggles, the good, the bad, the ugly, what it entails to be a DJ, a radio host, a musician, any of that stuff. But what I realized after, it's the impact that it actually has on the guests for them to share their story. Because you said it, we're all in this together. We're all, dealing with this fuckery together.
We are.
It's been hard.
It has. And so that's the thing, because now you have to create a new way of getting your way out there, right? Getting your face out there, your business out there, your music out there, because, you can't tour, you can't go perform anywhere. You know what I mean? And then you have to pay the radio station just to have your music played. So it was like, we're all in this together. Yep. It don't have to be perfect. Just try. Just go out there and do it.
If there's one takeaway, guys, that, I really hope that this message is coming out loud and clear. We are all dealing with this collectively together.
We are.
And the harsh reality is we don't know when this is going to end. That's a big mystery right now. And the entertainment industry is the one that's taken the biggest
I mean, because look
hit.
at it. You had artists that were like, didn't even want to put albums out because the record companies was telling them, like, you don't put an album out during COVID. Nobody's going to listen to it. And then you had people like Nas and Alicia Keys and, you know, everybody has put, because you listen to music. Music is a spiritual. It touch your soul. So it can uplift you. It can get you out of bed. It can heal the sick. So, you know, during this time, this is what we need. We need this energy.
And hey, Cardi B dropped WAP and sold 500,000 copies in like 2 hours. We're all at home, pretty much. Like, we're here. We have our phones. We have YouTube going on. We got Spotify going on. We're all listening to music.
We are listening to podcasts.
We're working out.
We're learning from things, you know, takeaways, like, you know, and it's all everything is that you encounter is supposed to make you better, you know, whether it's an artist or anything. So you always walk away with something like, oh, I need to look into this. And, you know, so like I said, we're all in this together, and just shows you that, you know, just keep pushing, even during these trying times.
Exactly. I mean, I don't understand why anyone would not drop music, knowing that we don't have anything else really out there to do, except enjoy music, listen to music, and work out ourselves. You know, sit there when we're sad, put on some tracks, like, right? Was that being too real?
You want to hear a funny story? My kids, they're on Zoom, right, for school, and like I'm in there working, and I have my headphones on, and I'm singing, and she's like, "Mom, my classmates can hear you sing."
Hey, if those aren't COVID problems, then I don't know what is.
And look, I was like, listen, well, let me know if y'all need a music.
That's awesome. And you know what? That's what we need more of. We need more laughter, more smiles. Like, guys, again, Pamela said it. I said it. We're all in this together. Got to keep ourselves positive. Because, again, we don't know how long the situation's going to continue like this. But it can't get any worse.
Just allow me to come on the show, because it's people like you that just, when you're having bad days, it's like, listen, you know, you just keep pushing. Because, you know, you're out there also fighting the fight that we're all fighting.
That's it. 1,000%. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give our listeners?
Shout out to everybody. You know, everybody over there in Canada, United States, all over. And, you know, just keep doing what y'all doing. Make sure y'all check out the Diva Hustle Radio station. We had good music and good pod shows coming up. So.
And guys, don't forget, you also have the Diva Hustle app. So that's awesome that you can find in the Apple Store. Perfect. So you get them on both platforms. And before we sign off, any message for your fans listening out there?
I want to let everybody just make sure they just stay true to themselves. Continue to shoot stars regardless of what the sky might look like. And you know, every day is you taking a step forward towards your goal.
Well, guys, that's all for today's show. Pamela, I had a lot of fun with I had a lot of fun with you. I'm not even gonna lie. We laughed, and you know, this is what we need more of. We need more laughter. So I'd like to thank you for being a guest on today's show. It was awesome getting to know more about you, learning more about your radio station. And guys, once again, check it out. Good music, good topics. Love, love, love how they're giving entrepreneurs, new artists, a platform to help push them in the right direction. Because again, any exposure is good exposure. It's a very, very tough market, the music game. Like you could literally count the artists who've broken through over the past 5 years, like on your left hand. Yeah. Literally, it's not an easy game.
To the industry, it really is. So any type of exposure, like you said, that you can get is good.
Absolutely. And, you know, we truly appreciate the positive messages you guys are doing. And again, we need more of this in this world. So for those of you listening out there, thinking about maybe I like to have my own radio show. Go for it. Do it. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
We need more of this. And hey, if you're female, you got my support.
Yeah.
And you got Pamela's support.
You got our support.
You got our support.
Do it.
Yes, exactly. Because we want, that's actually one thing that now, like, I'm on a crusade. I want to see more females in the industry. I want to see this.
Really, because, like, we rock. Women rock. Let's just say it. You know what I mean? So, and what we could bring to the table, it hasn't even been established yet. Like, it's so much we can do and put our own spin on it. Like, they got to give us a chance. And they, I don't know, why they won't, but there need to be more women, everything.
I think that will happen when other women are supporting. I think that's where it stems from. I feel like more support is needed with other women. There shouldn't be this competition tearing down for the same spot.
I mean, and there's enough money for everybody. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's not like, you know what?
Yeah.
Because you didn't give her $1, I can't get her $1. Like, music sells, like I said. So it's enough money for everybody to go around. And there's so many positions that you don't just have to be a performer. You can be a writer, a producer. Like Remy Ma, she has her own record company now. So there's so many opportunities out here for women in music.
It is artists like Remy Ma that is giving women the platform and the opportunity for signing other artists as well. But the fact that we can call one name, that's not good.
No, that's
anybody else
that I know of.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And even when Remy Ma when she signed a record deal or started her own company, I think a couple weeks ago, I know it's been in the making because I've been hearing bits and pieces. Even that, that wasn't like a breaking news situation.
No.
It came across my newsfeed, and then it was like that was it.
Which is unfortunate. First of all, that's freaking huge, number one. And number two, that needs to be celebrated.
It really does.
Because we can't even think of any other female artists who have their own record label.
I can't think of none offhand.
Same. Not even Nicki Minaj. They're all signed to different people.
I think she might have her own record company. But still, that's only 2.
And I don't even remember that, to be honest with you.
But she has what's the singer group? The duo single singers. I forget their name. Chloe and I forget the other name. But yeah, they're signed to Beyonce label.
Beyonce, the only thing I knew that she had was the clothing line, the Darion clothing line. Okay, so we touched upon some really good topics, and I'll be honest with you, there's still a ton more topics that I feel that we could cover in a next interview because, you're such a wealth of knowledge. And I've learned a lot. And I'm hoping that our listeners have learned a lot as well.
I'm hoping they was expired.
Right? So definitely. Thank you for being a guest on today's show. And I think that we'll probably have to have another a part 2 coming up in the future. I think we touched upon some topics that we just started scratching the surface. I think we would. I think we can go in depth a bit more because this is one of my new missions. Is to really. I want to see more women empowered in music, and especially the fact that you've been doing this for years now. You understand it. You see it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we here to teach each other. I'm learning from you just like you learning from me. So it's all about just growing,
Right. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. That's all for today's show. And I hope you'll be tuning in next week. Another episode of The Music Game. Another guest. And guess what? You don't want to miss it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank
Anytime.
you. Thank you, Pamela.
What's up, Earthlings? This is your friend Ryan Vernell, part of the Diva Hustle Radio family, and you're tuned in live to Diva Hustle Radio, home of not only the Ryan Show FM, but the Diva Hustle Show, where we empower women and promote entrepreneurship to the highest degree. Check us out every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget that the Diva Hustle Radio app is available now at the Apple and Google Store. We'll see you there, folks.
Today's episode of The Music Game is presented by Podgo, providing podcasters with a flat rate for each ad placed, so you always know how much you're going to get when you include an ad from Podgo. Apply today and become a member, and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co. Thank you, Podgo, for your sponsorship of The Music Game with your host, Lyndachica. Make sure to tune in again next week for another exciting episode of The Music Game with your host, Lyndachica. And that's a wrap, yo.